It's like the brothel. You enter a high-end brothel.
Walk in, you see all the Vaseline signs, and then it's a massage parlor. If I had a penny for the number of jokes on what you do with
I'm not the only one who is commenting
No, I
on it.
haven't heard that one. You've picked a very sophisticated way of saying.
Okay.
If you can.
And we do have some music which I should.
I know.
Where does it come from?
It comes from across the street. We've been
Okay,
fighting
then
it all
we can't
day.
help it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a loudspeaker.
Yeah, no, we were trying.
yes,
Will there ever be a artificial intelligent machine that makes movies? Absolutely yes. Will it be quite as good as yours? No one can even come close.
Of course not. Have the monks stopped meditating? They all seem to be tweeting. I think my film, Lo and Behold, Reveries of the Connected World, is a synopsis in a way. It's about the internet, and you cannot just condense it. It's about big questions and conceptual things about what's coming at us in a huge way. And since I do not use the internet much, I mean some email and things like that, Google Maps, and I'm not using a cell phone for cultural reasons. I'm not nostalgic. So I think in a way I was in a different way qualified to guide you with my curiosity into the outer reaches of the internet.
Mm-hmm. And I really think, because you didn't even use your first phone, I think you said, until you were what?
Until I was 17.
17.
Nobody. If you tell that the young kids, they just cannot believe it.
Because it's become so ingrained in younger cultures, it's great for you to take a look at this as sort of that eagle's eye view, hawk's eye view, and just see what's going on. And coming out on the other side, what do you think about what you found?
I see the contours more clearly. Mm-hmm. And of course, I'm somebody who reads, and that's what is missing among the young people. The culture of reading is disappearing. Of course, they read tweets and things like that, or Facebook entries, but I mean, deep reading almost doesn't exist anymore, and that's a background which is very helpful for me to conceptualize what is going on, in what sort of world are we living, and where are we heading.
I personally have always wondered about radiation, and just that we're giving young kids these things that are radiating, I mean ionizing, whatever. And you touched on that a little bit, didn't you?
Well, yes, there's a short chapter about a zone in the United States that is internet free, because there's a highly sensitive radio telescope which listens into the depths of the universe, and in a perimeter or radius of about 10 miles, there's no cell phones, no towers. The cell phones are dumb. But they try to avoid any form of radiation, electromagnetic radiation, like, let's say, a garage clicker, or the spark plugs of a car, or a microwave oven. And a cell phone actually has a signal that is billions of times stronger than these faint distant signals from outer space. So they hope that they get as much of this out of their world, and all of a sudden there's a radio free area 10 miles in perimeter in the United States, West Virginia, and it has attracted people who are suffering from radio signals, some sort of a radiation sickness. Whether it exists or not remains to be seen, because it's disputed among medical doctors.
Sure.
It's not completely established, but I give them a voice.
Yeah.
I see them and I sympathize with them, and whether it's imagined disease or not remains to be seen.
And when you decide to cover that included, you pretty much followed your curiosity, right? You didn't set out with an outline necessarily?
No, I just followed whatever was fascinating out there, and of course I wanted to be in an area which has no net at all, or for example where people are on a freewheeling basis, disconnected from the internet, in a rehab center where video game addicted young people are somehow recovering and coming back into the real world.
Yeah.
Or for example, I wanted to talk to a hacker, and we got the best of best. A demigod among the hackers, and he was just wonderful. And I wanted to speak to people about futuristic aspects and about mind reading and tweeting your thoughts, which is already somehow possible.
That's so. I mean, just think about how many times we accidentally tweet. Like if I were thinking something about you, for instance, and that automatically tweeted, I hope what I thought was a good thing.
Yeah,
now
but we should be cautious about telepathy or so. There's too much superstition in it. But of course, it's a scientific fact that our brains function on a electromagnetic base, and we radiate some sort of radio waves, but a few millimeters away from our skull. And you can read it and you can analyze it. And for example, you can tell somebody is reading a text not in English but in Portuguese, because the brain patterns look different, because the grammar in Portuguese is different.
Wow.
So it's just phenomenal, and they are talking about passing on just thoughts, tweeting thoughts. You don't need to type it down. You think it, and you press a button, and some of your friends will receive your thoughts. And this is not really far-fetched. This is not superstition. This is real science.
Well, and I love how you start the trailer, because you have all these people saying, one day you'll be able to read the newspaper on your computer. You know? So that really makes you believe all the other things that they're saying. And you found a lot of bad, or a lot of things that could be bad.
Yeah.
What was sort of the best thing or the most hopeful thing you found?
Well, you see it in the film, for example, a big unsolvable puzzle for the biggest computers about folding of molecules, which is important to understand cancer or AIDS or other diseases. And a young scientist, a mathematician in computer science, made it into some sort of video game and put it out on the internet without knowing whether the world would respond. Hundreds of thousands responded and started to engage themselves in solving this folding puzzle, and they did, which supercomputers could not do, but a huge crowd of video gamers solved it. Or education.
Yeah.
Stanford University has a educational program. At the time we filmed, it was 160,000 out there in the world. Bangladesh, Kenya, Uruguay, you just name it. And they stack ranked them against Stanford students. And out in the world, the unknown kids in a village in Kenya, 412 were the best, and then came the best Stanford student. Wow. For every single Stanford student, 412 better ones.
Oh, you're kidding. So in that way, it's just an equalizer sort of technology.
Not an equalizer. They're superior.
You're right.
Not equalizer.
It's not equal at all. They're just way better.
And this is something really promising, and a way to use the internet where you can say, let's hope for more of that.
Absolutely.
I don't look forward to a self-driving car. I really want to take my turn myself, and I want to speed up and
pass them,
and pass the slow car.
Yeah, let's go past the self-driving car. Keep you in the driver's seat. Yeah. Well, excellent. Good luck with the film.
Thank you.
I'm a huge fan, so thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you. How many more do you have today?
I don't know, a few more.
You're my fan.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's several class to choose from.
Real lame. Hi, Mary. We just talked about you.
Mary, I'd like to point out that you're the only person here without any form of Dan in your name.